Welcome down to the channel. My name is Andy Carter. In today's video I'm going to be talking to you all about the Pete Cowen spinning that right arm. I know it's a question that I get a lot because a lot of my coaching online is kind of in and around what I've learned and adapted from Mr. Pete Cowen himself, having been at the Pete Cowen Academy for 5 years previous. A lot of my online students always ask me, Andy, what does it mean when he says spinning of that right arm? So in today's video I'm going to be explaining all of it for you, and hopefully in a way that you can understand better, because obviously Pete is talking about it from his mechanical perspective, and that's always a little bit more difficult for the kind of average, sorry about that, golfer to understand. So what is spinning the arm? It's basically trying to keep the right hand hinged and keeping the right elbow hinged, but most of all bringing the golf club down to a position that we can hit really good pressurized shots from kind of he calls like a full faced impact position, where he's getting the full face, the perfect strike on the golf ball. The delivery position into the golf ball is the most important part, whether you want to hit a draw, a fade or a straight shot. Majority of us just want to hit it consistent in terms of our strike, and that is where the spinning of the right arm comes down. Now the best way for me to kind of get this message across to you and for you to be able to understand it as well is from a very simple drill. Right-handed golfers grab your right hand, left-handed golfers use your left hand. You're going to put your fingers away from your body, so it's almost like that's the club head position as you set up. Now as you go up to the top, this right hand is going to go fingers up to the sky, and you're going to continue to turn so your palm is now at the sky. But what's really key for this position now is that you're bringing the fingers pointing away from the target as you come back to impact. So you're starting with them away from your body and you're bringing them back into impact there. So what that's done, it's made my trail elbow bend in, and it's kept my right wrist flexed as well. If I stick a golf club in there, I'm sure you can see that that's going to bring me into a delivery position that creates a really nice angle of attack to compress down into the golf ball and get enough shaft lean for consistency of strike as well. So let's do that drill together. Get the fingers away from your body to start with. A little bit of flexion in this right wrist, elbow even. Bring the club away to get the fingers up to the sky. Continue to rotate to the top of the backswing, and you've got your palm pointing to the sky and your fingers down towards the target. But then on the downswing, you're going to really push your palm down. And as you're doing that, you've got to be turning your body. Your body's got to be encouraged to create that rotation, because what's happening now is my right elbow is effectively starting to straighten a little bit, not going to full straight mode, but just starting to straighten. And this trail wrist is staying hinged throughout. So I start that again, fingers away from my body, fingers to the sky, fingers to the target. And as I start to push them down now, I'm going to push my palm to the ground as I start to extend up through my left side. This is just going to be a beautiful impact position, okay? Now, when you've got a golf club in your hand, one of the things I said to Pete, I said, how do I describe that in layman's terms to a lot of pros, to a lot of amateurs? Because when I first heard it, it was a different way of thinking about how the right arm works in the downswing. And one of the things we kind of agreed upon to an extent was it's going to feel like you're closing the face on the way down. So as you get to the top of the backswing here, you really want to feel like you're closing the face. And when you do so, you keep that right wrist in a hinged position, and you keep the right elbow in front of your rib cage with a slight hinge as well. So you're able to create a compressed position that will encourage the shaft to be ahead of the golf ball. And that's what we're looking for in terms of getting full face on the ball. That's how we get the best possible ball striking. So being able to control that right wrist position on the way down through the spinning of this right forearm. So we're spinning the right hand on the way down to give us into that perfect position there as we're coming into impact. So it's a really nice kind of feeling to close the face as you start to come back down. We've got the elbow tight in, we've got the elbow flexed, and we've got the right wrist also flexed as well. So we're going to start to see more compressed in your ball striking. So what I really felt then was a nice compressed strike on the golf ball. I hit down on the ball. I didn't get a huge divot, I've got a 6-iron in my hand. It's quite a shallow divot, so there's nothing too much in there. A lot of people do say to me as well, again, this is all feedback that I'm receiving and I'm trying to answer for you, because it might be more natural feedback that a lot of amateurs do ask. When you feel like you're kind of spinning this right elbow down, you feel like you're spinning that right arm down, a lot of people just feel like they're just going to spin it down and just chunk the ground way in front of the golf ball. And yeah, you probably will if you don't release and rotate and extend up through that left side. So this is why this drill is really good, that you're trying to get the palm to the ground, but also make sure that left side, if you're a right-handed golfer, starts to extend upwards. If we can extend up as you're doing it, it starts to shallow out enough to get a nice strike as opposed to that really heavy shot. So one of the things that I feel like when I'm doing this, I feel like I've got my equal opposite on my takeaway, which I spoke about in previous videos. So if you want to know a bit more about that, do jump back and check out some previous videos about how we stabilize the face. Because once I've got that stabilized, it allows me to get the club into a top of the backswing position, which allows me to spin that right arm down. Spinning the right arm down encourages my rotation through the golf ball. It encourages this handle to work a little bit more exit left as I hit the shot as well, continuing to work on that arc around the ball. So that's one of the things we've got to really try and see, is we bring into position, we spin it down, and we get that natural rotation through the golf shot. And the consistency of the ball striking really does improve, because even when we're spinning down the arm, we're not casting. I've not casted it. I haven't dropped it on the inside because I've not spun my arm down from that position. I've actually managed to maintain a full flex in my right elbow position. So it kind of does eradicate the golfers that swing it over the top with a cast or inside with a bit of early extension as a result as well. So if you're able to kind of keep that swing more in front of your body, really feel like you're rotating that face closed in the transition, and then it's getting used to releasing up through the impact zone. Maybe even start with a T if you like. But the consistency is amazing. Guys, comment below if you tried this, if you've got any more questions that you would like me to address on this, if there's anything I've missed. But if you've enjoyed the video also, please do hit the like, hit the subscribe. Massive thank you to the beautiful Zorah Golf Club, one of the best and purest courses here in the UAE is class. I'm here for a couple of days, so make sure you check out all of that content as well. But for now, thank you for watching. See you again next time. Don't forget to spin.